Chris, I want to talk to you about a real good friend of yours, Brian Hildebrand, and just some comments on Brian. I know that you were probably as close to him as just about anyone in the wrestling business.
Yeah, Brian was without a doubt, the most inspirational person I've ever met. I mean, just being around him, he never complained once about anything. Just loved life and lived life, and I got a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for people like that. There's just so many people around that whine and complain about little things, and it's constant. And Brian was just an outgoing guy who was a very true person.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I remember with Brian, and I talked to him several times, he never complained, and he was always talking about, I mean, it was always like, there wasn't even, in his voice, he didn't even quiver or waver of, I'm going to be back, I'm going to be back on Nitro in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and I would feel sad, and he would just go, hey, don't worry, I'll be back, I'll be on TV in 2 months, back at work, and it was very inspiring to me as well. And I know, that you saw him in Cincinnati, and then again at that show in Ross River, Pennsylvania, and that was a really great night. I thought that was one of the best nights of the year for wrestling, and I missed Knoxville, but in Ross River, PA, because it was like a whole bunch of guys from different companies, Mick Foley and Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, yourself, Shane Douglas, and so many of the other guys. They were all together, and it had nothing to do with politics of wrestling, and it had nothing really to do with money or anything like that. Everybody just wanted, to show their appreciation for Brian.
Yeah, it was truly, truly a moment in my career, a moment in wrestling, for that matter, that'll never be forgotten. And it's great, even when we do the Brian Pillman memorials, I mean, to have all the guys come together like that with no politics and no ulterior motives, just going out there for a cause is something that's really incredible.